Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Thank you very much for joining me today to talk about Stereotactic QA and how you can certainly help ensure better patient safety by using appropriate tools for the job. I'm sure other people are just going to get logging in here, so we'll start with a little bit of house cleaning stuff. Let me get my slideshow started. All right, so again, we are here to talk about the Lucy 3D QA Phantom today and some of the other aspects of Stereotactic QA. But before we get started, I just want to give a shout out. Thank you all to all the healthcare workers. Of course, we're still in the midst of COVID-19. And I just want to say how much I certainly appreciate, we all appreciate your amazing dedication and sacrifice that you've been going through during this time. And amidst all this change, we know that cancer doesn't stop and that patient health issues will continue to be at the forefront. And as medical physicists, we want to recognize that your time is extremely valuable. So we design, develop, and manufacture solutions that have that, and we keep that in the forefront of our mind. We are really here to be your partner for efficient and precise solutions, whether it's for daily, monthly, annual, or as we'll discuss, Stereotactic QA. A little bit of housekeeping. This is being recorded for future review. If you have any questions, please enter them in the dialog box, and I will do my best to address them at the end. And for those of you that are less familiar with standard imaging, I just want to let you know that we've been around for over 30 years now. We're based in Middleton, Wisconsin, which is a suburb of our capital city, Madison. And while we may have started with humble beginnings of a well chamber and electrometer for brachytherapy QA purposes, we are certainly now designers and manufacturers of a full suite of quality assurance solutions for radiation therapy. And for those of you who wonder who it is that's chatting at you from time to time, this is me. This is me in my art room / home office workspace. Now that I'm working from home most of the time. I've been with Standard Imaging for over 15 years now, and officially been part of our product management team for 1 year now. Before that, I was mainly in one role or another within our sales team. So these days, like I said, my art room has been transformed into my home office as well. And when I'm not working in this little corner of the room, I like building kaleidoscopes and making jewelry and doing it with upcycled materials like I did with this flashlight. So there you go, just a little peekaboo into my world. So let's get down to more serious conversation, because this is what you all came here for today. So really, you want to talk about what it means to have a safe and effective stereotactic program. After all, you're delivering just a few fractions at high dose rates, which can be daunting, as I say, scary, fill in the blank. Precision and accuracy in QA, of course, are at the utmost concern as you care for your patients. So the products that provide that should be chosen carefully. Stereotactic QA goals. Any program goals should include positional accuracy, dose accuracy, and validation of your imaging, planning, and treatment systems. So the Lucy Phantom is the gold standard used for end-to-end testing of the entire stereotactic treatment chain. The precision manufacturing of this Phantom allows the user to verify cumulative uncertainties along that treatment chain to within 0.1 millimeter accuracy. This is accomplished by using a variety of inserts with precisely known volumes, geometries, and distances for accurate measurement. We work with each customer to tailor the best Lucy package for your department's particular needs, as we know that it is not standard setup and standard fare depending on your location. So Lucy is uniquely designed to lock the phantom in place with inserts to facilitate the reproducibility of the setup and measurement to those very tight tolerances. So along that scan, plan, treat, and verify, you should put the Lucy Phantom through the same processes that you do an actual patient, right? Again, this is all about making sure that we have patient safety in stereotactic treatments. So that means that the Phantom should be scanned on CT and or MRI to start the treatment chain. It's important to perform a variety of QA tests on these imaging systems. So for CT, for example, we have a variety of inserts, as you'll notice here. We have our CT marker cylinders. We have irregular volume inserts, a couple of varieties there. We have a spot check of CT densities, of course, not the full 19 plugs that you do a full QA, but if you're going to do a spot check, you've got air, the blue is water equivalent. Then you have adipose fat, trabecular, and cortical bone for that spot check. So CT scan tests may include various scan thicknesses to find the optimal thickness for SRS imaging, spacing, distortion, and phantom orientation. Then the other side of imaging, or the additional imaging, is MRI. And again, you'll notice the similarity in inserts. We have the MR marker cylinders, which are mineral oil filled. We have the irregular, the 3 irregular volume insert that matches the one you saw for CT. These are also mineral oil filled. We have the isocentric one, which is the same insert used on CT and MR. The signal generator, and then we have a 3D distortion grid as well. When I talk about the precision and accuracy and what's important, known geometries and volumes, we know the volumes of these irregular shapes. And the marker cylinders, there are multiple BBs spaced 5 millimeters apart, center BB to center BB, and they're placed in the Phantom at 60 millimeters apart. So those are known distances that you're measuring against. So for when you perform image fusion to verify the accuracy of your modality system, whether it be CT to CT, CT to MR, and your known, verify your position and objects, so the centroids of the volumes as well as the BBs, and perform your distance measurements. It's worth noting that we do use irregular volumes instead of just circles or spheres, as this is the quickest way to see any issues with your image fusion. After all, an arc on a circle is simply an arc on a circle. So then for treatment planning system QA, you can also test these things. You can test organ volumes, manual versus auto segmentation, contoured volume versus standard volume or versus DVH isodose volumes, dose models such as Monte Carlo, conventional pencil beam, and treatment planning system limitations for small fields and accessories and couch modeling. On the left here is a plan image to deliver 4 conformal arcs on an isocentric target. And on the right is a plan utilizing the largest irregular volume out of that 3 volume insert and planning on that. So then once you've scanned, you've planned, you've treated, you need to verify. And how are you going to do that? Verification, of course, with the Lucy is done using film. This is one of 3 film inserts we offer. And a detector. You want to use a small field detector. Notice that this is a 1 centimeter thick insert. Therefore, the outer diameter of your detector should be less than that 1 cm in order to place accurately in the Phantom. I also wanted to point out, I want to circled here in light blue, is that we actually lock our detectors into place so that you, even if you rotate the phantom, which you can do using this, it's a 360-degree rotational base, or whether you put have your detector come in through the front or the side, that you're locked into place, whether you rotate the phantom or not, ensuring that you don't have any air gaps or anything to worry about. It's all about that reproducibility, again, measuring at the accurate, precise isocenter. These are key to making sure that the QA you are doing is relevant and therefore plays into the patient safety of your program overall. Now, I mentioned quickly detectors with less than a 1 cm stem. Two of the best detectors on the market, if I do say so myself, for verifying your treatment delivery would be our W2 scintillator, which is you can use a 1 by 1 millimeter fiber that is water equivalent. It does have a KQ of 1. The other one is our X-Rated A26 micropoint chamber, which is the only micropoint chamber on the market manufactured to reference class standards. And what does that mean? It means that the detector is made with entirely low Z materials, so you get a predictable response curve instead of some of the, excuse the highly scientific jargon here, wonky effects that you would get with other micropoint chambers, our A16 included, frankly. Another couple of things that are special about the Lucy Phantom is that we were certainly the first to have a Multimet Insert. I will note that this 3D volumetric target dosimetry kit actually includes all the items you see here on screen, but it's ordered under one part number. So it covers your multimets when you're trying to do multiple metastases with a single isocenter, which a lot of people are doing these days. This insert has 4 BBs, and then using it in combination with our hidden Winston Lutz BB, which comes with the Phantom, that gives you 5 points, 5 targets that you can test against. The film here allows you to place film that traverses the center of these targets, or do a tumor volume study with up to 13 films. This center insert, I admit, is actually my favorite. It is water equivalent material. It's blue, and then the black is high density bone material with very hard target and avoidance structures for the treatment planning system to recreate. So again, when you want to test really small targets, you know that you've got regions of interest and organs at risk type of thing. You want to make sure that you're delivering properly in those cases, and this is again playing to or in importance of showing the importance of patient safety concerns that we've put into the design of the Phantom and the inserts that you utilize with it. So great end-to-end test here. So here we have images of the C-shaped target planned for delivery, which is then verified with a film and a micropoint chamber. The Multimet's insert here. Like I said, you've got 4 in the insert plus the 5th one with the hidden Winston Lutz that you can plan and treat on. Here we're looking at 2 targets, which were planned and then verified against the plan and measured to pass within the 2% 2 millimeters, and in good and excellent agreement to the plan. Great ways to test. So another, excuse me, it's cold here and I gotta have some tea. The another end-to-end test with the Lucy is the hidden target test using the insert that you see here, which comes with the Phantom. Or you can use the pointer, where you just swap out the sphere for this pointer. Again, we're locked onto the base, onto the couch, so that you've got your repositioning accuracy. And you can use this to plan, scan, treat, and verify the process. checking your position tolerances to within a millimeter, your dose tolerances to within that 2%, and dose distribution 2%, within those tolerances of 2% 2 millimeters and over 95% agreement. And then checking the mechanical accuracy with the Winston-Lutz pointer as well. Mechanical accuracy is certainly an extremely important aspect of treating safely, patients safely for stereotactic. With the Winston-Lutz test that you do either per patient or weekly, there's a variety of people who do the daily, weekly, or per patient. We do have our PIPS Pro software that'll help automate the analysis of the Winston-Lutz test extremely quickly and accurately. So just to summarize, whether you're going to use Lucy in its standard precision leveling base, locked to the couch, or you're locking into the isocentric coordinate system, we have a variety of those depending on what system you're using, or whether you are making sure that you're locking your inserts into place with Lucy, you can be absolutely confident that you're performing your stereotactic end-to-end QA with the best precision and accuracy. Now, I did want to say, that is truly when we're talking stereotactic, especially brain. If you're going in my brain, I don't have any brain cells to spare. So please, please do the QA that needs to be done. And you and I will sleep better at night knowing that you've done that. But when I talk to people, oftentimes they aren't really, when they're saying they're starting a stereotactic program, they're not aiming for the super small targets. They generally start with lung. So SBRT, they're starting more with an SBRT program versus SRS. Well, what is the solution for that? Arguably, Lucy is not really the entry point for those larger tumor sites. And it also doesn't have lung material. So what is our answer for that? Of course, we want to provide you a solution that is affordable, an easy entry point, sort of that step up from IMRT QA, still using film and ion chamber, but notice that from that type of package, if you're starting that type of program, probably still need a Winston-Lutz pointer. You can start with a smaller compact phantom here, our stereotactic dose verification phantom, which again has that water equivalent, the lung material. And if you're doing lung, that means respiratory gating often. So we have a respiratory gating platform as well that you can certainly set the phantom on to do that. This just shows you some of the configurations you have using the stereotactic dose verification phantom. It's very versatile. It's compact and being 20 by 20 cm. You have film inserts. You have a detector plugs. We drill them to specific detectors, and you aren't limited to the 1 cm outer diameter with this, as this is a larger hole. The SRS dosimetric slab, again, has those same things that you saw with Lucy, spot check of your CT densities and the target and avoidance structures. And then again, the lung material, both the blue water equivalent and the lung material have embedded fiducials for that type of tracking. Like I said, it is it's very reasonably priced, and it lets you do some of those heterogeneity calculations for Monte Carlo, something that's often found in much more expensive phantoms. So that really is the end of my presentation as far as it goes today. I want to give you a moment to type in any questions that you may have. And while you are getting the opportunity to do that, I just wanted to let you know that we are, of course, continuing our weekly webinar series. The next couple for this month. Next week, it'll be my colleague Shannon talking about accurate measurement of small fields. She is one of our on-site physicists. She gives an excellent talk. It'll be much more medical physics oriented in that manner. It's a very popular webinar series that she presents. Please join us for that. And the week after that is my colleague Hugh Peterson, who will be presenting on DoseView 1D water scanning. And we have now transitioned that to the DoseView 3D software platform. So it is a great improvement and something that I'm sure he wants to share with you. I also encourage you to visit our website. We have many recorded webinars there, as well as a wealth of material on all of our solutions that are available from Standard Imaging. You can also create a login and access some further information, especially of our equipment. It lets you know where your calibrations stand and things like that as well. So I'm going to expand this over here and take a peekaboo to see if there's any questions. And there aren't any that I can see. So nope, there really aren't any. So with that, I want to say thank you ever so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking your time to learn about what Standard Imaging offers as far as Stereotactic QA. We've been focusing on Stereotactic for a long time, and so we are really leaders in that area for that solution, as well as many other items. We're here to help you. We want to help you. Reach out. You can reach your salespeople at sales@standardimaging.com. You can reach me at azens@standardimaging.com. We thank you ever so much again. I wish you a great rest of your day or your afternoon and evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, bye-bye.